What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the MXNEYCAR Grand National Series. Been a long time no see for this series, but we are finally back, and welcome to the new and improved Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, or the Mexico City Circuit as we call it. Same track we've been running at all, this whole time since the very first season of this series, but it's been repaved in some areas and reconfigured in others. So seeing some new, like this new stadium section right here, very popular among Mexican fans. So yeah, this track is designed to hopefully attract Formula One day, but for right now we've got MXNEYCAR, and they're happy with that. These cars look amazing. It's been a while since the last time I've recorded one of these, so we're going to go ahead and go completely through the field before we get started. Kyle Busch is on pole with Carl Edwards to his outside. Then you see the 88 of Brad Keselowski, the 86 of Jeremiah Cook. Yes, he's still here for right now. Can't really do anything about it now. These videos or these races were recorded forever ago. Can't do anything about it. It is what it is. Like I announced in that one video, he will be allowed to run out the remaining races this season. After that, his suspension will be placed indefinitely. Kevin Harvick and Jason Keller are on the next row. Then it's Stephen Wallace and Brendan Gaughan. Then there's Tony Raines and Chris Mack, Kenny Wallace and Jason Leffler, Michael McDowell and Valeria Wolf, Scott Speed and Greg Biffle. Michael Annett, Eric McClure in the next row. Then it's Justin Allgaier and Alex Ranger, the Canadian. Usually drives in the Canada Series. Eric Darnell and Mike Bliss are the next row here. And it's Danny O'Quinn and Paul Menard, Joe Nemechek and Morgan Shepherd, Brian Vickers and Clint Boyer, DJ Kennington, another Canadian driver, and Brian Keselowski, Scott Wimmer and Tony Stewart is the next row. Then there's Mark Martin and Jeff Green. David Rudiman and Joey Logano line up side by side there. Shelby Howard and Kenny Hendrick. As Howard seemingly having issues here, is not gonna start where he should. So that's unfortunate for him. David Green and Robert Richardson Jr. are gonna start next to each other. John West Townley and Brandon Witt rounds out the rest of the field. So yeah, we used up a majority of the pace lap, and you guys have kind of, if you didn't care about me yapping, kind of gotten an idea of what the new layout looks like. A lot of elements of the old track as well, but a lot of new stuff here to take note of. So that'll be interesting to keep watch of as the season goes on. But nonetheless, the race goes on, but nonetheless, here we are getting ready to set things off here in Mexico, if you will. But it's the WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2000 and what's that, 8 on the hood? 2010, wow. Not sure how that ended up here. Oh, you know what? I remember. I know how. Okay, I remember how things were back then. Yeah, the SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 car is on pole. That's Kyle Busch. It's waiting for the green. Flag man waited a long time to throw it, but it's finally waving. Green flag is out. We're racing here in Mexico. Down into turn 1 for the first time. Bush and Edwards side by side, spinning behind. Oh, flipping behind. Goodness gracious, who is that? Is that Eric McClure? That is Eric McClure, up and over and over and over. Another car on his roof is Scott Speed. Lots of cars with damage here through the S's. Caution is out already. Man, the more things change, the more they stay the same. That first corner, still a handful for these drivers, and Chris Mack has some right side damage to his car. Jeremiah Cook trying to work his way up to the front. Looks like he is in the lead, actually. Boy, oh boy, that is, hey. If you know you're basically going to get kicked out of the series at the end of the season, might as well go out there and try to win, right? Get as many trophies as you can, keep the memories. You won't be able to look at them with the same kind of joy, knowing that your career is likely over. But until more details are revealed and released, Jeremiah Cook will be indefinitely suspended at the end of the season. So gotta enjoy what he has here. I don't really hate the guy. It's really unfortunate news. I'm just disappointed. Very disappointed. But you know, things happen, and sometimes people don't use their best judgment, and that's a situation where he didn't. Didn't sound like he did anything quite as disgusting as you know, a lot of other people in this world, but still did something wrong, and has to suffer the consequences for it. So unfortunately, that's just how things happen. Look at that! I think we found our culprit. Goodness, who is that? Who in the world is I can't even see what car this is. I mean, it's too zoomed out. That's David Green, an experienced driver, trying to make up as many spots as he can, just absolutely diving in. We've seen other drivers do this and pull it off. They pulled off moves like this and gained about 7, 8, 9, 10 spots, but he just kind of misjudged where Eric Darnell would be. Got right into the back of him, spins him out. Eric McClure gets hit right in the door. That topples him over onto his roof. And momentum takes over, and he just starts rolling and rolling and rolling. Man, oh man, wow. What a wild ride for Eric McClure. Look at that. Eric Darnell sideways there in front of the pack, and then more stacking up here. What's going on? As you see the 99 get toppled over, completely separate wreck. What happened here? Oh, 3 wide it looks like, just gone wrong. As they were funneling down into the next corner. Okay, these are the same camera angle. That's not ideal. So we'll have to find our own. But it looks like Val Wolf just on the bottom of 3 wide, trying to merge back over and get a better arc. Didn't come all the way over. They just kind of made contact on their own over there. Scott Speed and Michael Annette. Round goes Annette. Speed has to come to a stop and just gets hit from behind by the 07 David Green. Man, he is on a mission today. But this time it wasn't his fault. He just had nowhere to go. And then here comes the 32 of Brian Vickers into the 99. And then DJ Kennington just kind of gives him a kiss, topples him over. Wait a minute. Didn't Kennington? Okay, it wasn't. It was Andrew Ranger, the other Canadian driver. But yeah, the more things changed, the more things stayed the same. And these 2 wrecks as well. John West Townley in the 09, making a part-time start, and already destroyed in that 09 car. So Jeremiah Cook's out in front. How did he get there? Let's take a look here. Watch from his onboard. It's really a shame. He's such a talented young driver. Unfortunately, things happen, and he is the oldest driver on Mac Motorsports. Oh man, wow, I didn't see all that. Okay, so Kevin Harvick, so basically everybody around him wrecked and the seas parted. Harvick gets into the 88 of Brad Keselowski. I believe that's Brad. Yeah, that's Brad Keselowski in the 88. Sends him around. At the same time, Kyle Busch gets into Carl Edwards. They go around. Lots of chaos here on the start. Let's jump back into it. Green flag back in the air. Oh, you see some contact back there. Cars all over the place once again, spinning through the grass, but no caution this time. They're off the racing surface for the most part, and they're going to keep it rolling. So we're going to stay green. Look at Jason Keller all over the rear bumper of Jeremiah Cook. Keller looking to do something, looking for his first career win here in the series. Can't quite get by him there. That's a nice Richard Petty throwback, though. Is that even a Richard Petty throwback, or is that just, I don't know, whatever. It's a nice paint scheme, though, for sure. How about Val Wolf up inside the top 10? Is that the top 5? I was about to say the top 10. She's in the top 5. We've seen her do decently in the trucks, but this is a whole different ball game. There's a lot more, a lot bigger range of experience throughout the field at these types of tracks, and she's still holding her own. So that's a big sign of improvement, and she's battling door to door with Stephen Wallace. Looks like Wallace is actually going to get her off the final corner, and there is a caution here as they race back to the line. Let's see what brought it out this time. Oh, the 47 having an issue. Michael McDowell. Big time problems. Can't get that car to stop, and oh man. In the Andrew Ranger. Poor Andrew Ranger there. As it looks like the caution was already out. For who? Oh. Contact here. Oh no. That's Chris Mack. Things going from bad to worse for him there. As what happened here? 28 just kind of runs wide Kenny Wallace and just kind of stopped there. Parked the bus on exit, and Chris Mack nowhere to go. Or maybe Matt got in there too deep. Who knows? But from that angle, it looked like the 28 kind of just slowed. Went through that corner very slowly. And the 20 or the 83 got into him. Goodness. All right, here we go. The 86 of Jeremiah Cook somehow lost the lead on that race back, apparently. So now he's going to have to fight from behind as we head down into turn 1. Car upside down. I believe that might have brought out the caution. Maybe not. No, it didn't. Wow, that's surprising. Everyone's going to keep it rolling, though. Jason Keller out in front. How about that for Jason Keller? Kyle Busch and Val Wolf battling for second here on a road course. Who would have thought? When Val Wolf first got to the series, she hated road courses. Her friend, best friend, and team owner Chris Mack loves them. probably share some tips with her, and look at her now. She's catching on, but not quite as strong right now, as she's getting passed by everybody, it seems, trying to hold off Carl Edwards. Kyle Busch kind of threw her off her line, and Carl Edwards tried to take advantage, and looks like he will as he gets down to the inside and clears her, heading into the stadium section. Here we go now through the stadium section for the... Looks like the first time under green without, you know, racing back to a caution. It looks like we're finally going to complete a lap here under green as well. Kyle Busch moves into second. Can he chase down Jason Keller for the lead? Or can Jason Keller hang on and grab that first career checker flag? Chris Mack still in the race. Jeremiah Cook way back here with rear end damage. Looks like might have gotten turned sideways on the restart. I believe he actually did. I think I did see him get turned sideways out of the corner of my eye. So very unfortunate for Jeremiah Cook. Things going from bad to worse. As if they weren't already worse. The news of him getting suspended for the rest of the season. Or after the season. Indefinitely. Not quite fun. Not quite the definition of fun. But... man. Looks like this race is finally starting to cool down a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and jump forward until we see some kind of action or a caution, and there it is. Caution is out. Let's see what brought it out here. Who brought out this caution? Caution's been out for a while. Goodness. There it is. See what brought it out. Likely a piece of debris. No. Morgan Shefford getting turned sideways is what brought it out there. And again, it seems to be a case of just... Looks like Morgan got in there kind of... Oh, okay, so Allgaier missed the corner. Morgan got in there kind of deep. Didn't want to hit him, so he comes to a stop. And the 15 of Annette can't quite react in time to cars in front of him going 10 mile an hour slower, and just gets into the side of Morgan Shefford there. And that did bring out the caution somehow. I mean, they kept it rolling, but I don't know. Maybe there's an incident limit or something that they didn't communicate with us here in the booth. But Race Control figured that was necessary to throw the caution. So that's where we are right now. I know for a fact I didn't throw that caution, because if I'm gonna be real with y'all, I just kind of set this race to simulate, or kind of not simulate, but to run, and walked away from my computer. I didn't look at this at all. Sometimes I might sit there and watch it, make sure, you know, I officiate a little bit. I didn't do that for this one. So yeah, that was a game caution, 100%. I apologize if y'all didn't like it, but I had no control over it. So, but what can I really do? But Jason Keller is our leader, coming to bring us to the restart. Kyle Busch looks like he might get the jump and take advantage here. Second place always gets a good jump on these restarts here, but as long as the wait is before we actually throw to green, anything can happen. We'll see. They're 3 wide back there. Somebody's likely going to get a penalty from that. They can't seem to figure out who wants to line up where. But the green flag is waving. We're racing one car blowing up further back. That's the 16 of Biffle, I believe, coming to a stop. But he's on the front stretch. They'll have plenty of time to get him out of the way. They'll go out there and push that car off the racing surface. Contact. The round goes to 62. And more trouble. Car spinning off the racetrack, but we're going to keep it green. Carl Edwards is now in the lead. Where did he come from? Looks like more contact was made and more cars went spinning. Yeah, Kyle Busch went around again from the front row. Very unfortunate. There's a lot of carnage here on these restarts. Carl Edwards out in front, leading this race. And look at Valeria Wolf out in front, running second here at a road course. Big time improvement from Val Wolf here. Steve Wallace right there trying to hunt her down and take that spot. As we're coming to the 2 to go mark. Carl Edwards has a little bit of damage to that 60 car, but he's setting sail here. He doesn't care about the damage. Everybody seems like has a little bit of damage to their cars here. It's been a wild race. It's always wild when we come here to Mexico, and the fans love it. Jeremiah Cook in the 86, back up in the 4th. Looked to be the car to beat, but the fastest lap goes to the 60 of Carl Edwards, who is currently in the lead. So it looks like he might have this one in control. We've never really had any real long runs in this race. We had a somewhat long run in the middle, but we're not going to have a long run to the end, so long run speed doesn't really matter. Edwards has a gap and is still growing. That's all that matters here. As long as he doesn't make a mistake and lose the lead, he'll be fine. He'll be the victor here. Loves winning in foreign countries. Won at Montreal a couple years ago, now out in front here in Mexico City. Val Wolf just trying to hang on to second. Let the guys behind her make mistakes and push themselves and overdrive. She's going to try to just hit her marks here. As you see, the 66 overdrove it a little bit, now trying to defend against Jeremiah Cook, who's going to send it on the outside of Stephen Wallace here and almost take that spot. Can he clear him off the final corner? Side by side. A little bit of contact made there, beating and banging. Looks like Cook is going to have it. Jeremiah Cook clears as we come to the white flag. 1 lap to go for Carl Edwards, but Valeria Wolf has to be nothing but proud of her run here today. A 2nd place finish on a road course for the young Venezuelan driver. Jeremiah Cook chasing her down right behind. And shout out to Val in real life. Not sure when this video is going to come up, but her birthday just passed a couple days ago on June 4th. So happy birthday, Val. Big 18, best friend, like a little sister to me, even though we live in completely different states. But just a very cool person, one of the best friends a person can ever ask for, and just one of the coolest people. Oh, there goes Jason Leffler around. That's unfortunate for our defending champion. That's Michael McDowell got into him. But yeah, so I was saying, Just one of the best friends you could ever ask for, and very glad I met you back in, what was it, 2020? Just an awesome person, so, yeah. Happy birthday to Val. As Val Wolf comes through the final corner, she'll come home second, but all eyes are on that 60 machine. Carl Edwards is coming to the stripe. He's gonna win in Mexico City. Valeria Wolf comes home second. Racing hard for third. It's gonna be Jeremiah Cook, Stephen Wallace right there with him, and Tony Raines. How about that for him coming home P5, rounding out the top 5 there. Chris Mack just outside the top 5, finishes 6th. Kyle Busch, Michael McDowell got it rolling again to come home 8th. After cleaning out Jason Leffler, Leffler comes home 9th. Scott Speed and another car lap down there. BJ Kennington 10th, Brendan Gaughan 11th, and the rest of the field as you see it there. That's going to do it. That was a chaotic one from Mexico City, but it's all over with now. Congrats to Carl Edwards on the victory, and yeah, hope to see y'all next time. Till then, peace.